Hi there, Libra. This is Yvonne, the Mermaid Oracle. Thank you so much for coming in to watch your rest of December 2025, which I know there's only a week left. Speaking of that, my apologies. This was supposed to be delivered to you before December, but I decided I might as well do the rest of December and also give you the January 2026 prediction that I have for you on the same video. So we're going to go ahead and use for this general tarot reading the black and white Rider-Waite tarot deck, because I am using a green screen and we don't want the cards to be washed out. I want to be able to show you the images. Of course, they're not going to have any color, but I want you guys to see the images of the cards while I'm talking about them and I'm picking them up for you. So first off, we are going to start off with December 2025. And let's see what the cards have to say for you. Alrighty, so universe, what do we have for Libra for the month of December 2025? So universe, what do we have for the month of December 2025 for the sign of Libra? So universe, what do we have for Libra for the month of December 2025? Universe, what do we have for Libra for the month of December, or for the rest of December 2025? Universe, what predictions do we have for the sign of Libra for the rest of December 2025? Universe, what predictions do we have for the sign of Libra for the rest of December 2025? So let's go ahead and see what cards we have for you. We have King of Wands reversed, the Emperor, Four of Swords in reverse, Four of Cups in reverse, Ace of Wands, Seven of Pentacles, 10 of Cups in reverse, Eight of Wands, Eight of Swords in reverse, and we end the reading with the Two of Cups. Okay, and in the bottom of the deck, we do have the King of Cups. So it seems like with the King of Cups, the King of Cups is all about being the master of your own emotions, okay? Knowing that you can care for someone and still say no. Knowing that you can love someone but still show tough love. And maybe this has to do with a relationship in which you don't know what to do, or someone here is indecisive because, well, Libra, it seems like you've been doing a lot of pretending that things are fine, that things are normal, maybe around other people, in front of your coworkers, with friends, relatives. Hey, everything's fine, everything's normal, everything's cool, everything's great and amazing. But really, somebody here is indecisive, and that could be you. And it could be because there was a break. It seems like there was a break in the relationship and it seems like maybe this person showed back up right when you were kind of used to just having things moving on for yourself, and you were working on yourself. You were working on yourself, Libra, but it seems like this person is going to return or has returned because they wanted to communicate. They wanted to talk to you. And it seems like they were quite bored and dissatisfied, and they were just not hearing anything from you. Okay, recap. So point is that this is about love, either love at a distance or learning to love someone, but still be able to love yourself, right? And so seeing the context of this reading, it's telling me that someone here is indecisive, and it seems like it's most likely you. You're indecisive, you're focused on yourself, and you've been focused on yourself with that Emperor card. and the Ace of Wands in the past and passing. So you've been focused on yourself, mainly on career, on yourself. And it seems like it could also be because we're trying to focus. Either one, we're trying to show this other person, this person from our past, or this person that we're in an on again, off again relationship, situationship thing here. Maybe we're trying to give them the impression that everything's fine, everything's good. Or if you're married or you're with this person, and there was no break, then this is a thing where we're indecisive in a relationship, but there seems to be that sort of distance or detachment where you started focusing on yourself and wanting to do things for yourself, and maybe even then it kind of felt like a break in a way because you kind of just you made your relationship like the second priority, Libra, and you made yourself number one. And when you did that, it almost kind of felt like a separation. Even though some of you guys were living in the same household or living with the same person. And maybe in front of other people, friends, relatives, we were giving off that impression that things are fine, things are good. But really, someone here is dissatisfied. Someone here is not happy about this. And I feel like it's going to be the other person because this person is going to talk. It's going to surprise you because it just feels like it's not going anywhere. It just feels like it's not going to go anywhere. But the thing is that for some of you, there's going to be this hope about being able to find the willpower to unwind yourself, unbind yourself from this connection. And maybe some of you guys will. It seems like a lot of you guys will by meeting someone new, finding someone new. So not surprised because you guys are ruled by Venus. So when it comes to meeting someone new, finding somebody new, that isn't ever a hard thing. So let's go ahead and see what we have for January. What do we have for January for our Libra? So point is that what I saw right there, for those who are in an on-again, off-again relationship, it seems like someone came back because they were waiting and they were tired of not hearing from you. And whereas for you, you were already kind of getting used to the idea of making you your number one and you being your number one focus, Libra. And then this person shows back and it's like, okay, like, I mean, you were happy, you weren't upset over it, but I kind of just saw this thing where it was just like, but I was kind of like on a groove, you know. I just see you Libras thinking that way where you're like, oh, I was still kind of on a groove. And but then I see you guys kind of just finding the courage to unbind yourselves from this spell. And I call it a spell, but it's not. I don't think it's really a spell. I just see it more of a thing where it's like you just didn't need them anymore. See you guys just feeling like you don't need them anymore. So let's go ahead and see what we have for January. So Universe, what do we have for the sign of Libra for January 2026? What do we have for the sign of Libra? What predictions do you have or do we have for Libra for the month of January 2026? Universe, what do we have for the sign of Libra? For the month of January 2026. Again, trying to unbind ourselves, but it seems like for some of us, we might still have that issue in 2026. So it seems like our focus will still be that, to unbind ourselves. And so it seems like there is that acknowledgement. But for some of us, we're still going to be working on that. We're still going to be working on that in January. I mean, y'all are that sign that have a hard time, you know, just making decisions. So maybe in December, you're just like, either you acknowledge that you know that this is something you should get yourselves unstuck out of, or you just know that this isn't for you, or maybe you felt like you were over it. But then when we come to January, we are not able to let that go. We're still not able to, you know, hit the nail in the coffin, right? And as your overall theme with the King of Swords, it just seems like the theme here is about you being logical. This is about you being logical. This is about you doing the right thing. You're listening to your heart too much. It seems like secrets will come out, confessions will take place in January 2026. And you know, maybe this confession could be coming from you. Maybe you will start to realize that you, again, don't feel the same way. And maybe you will start talking about that. Maybe you would even express that or confess that in the middle of an argument. You know what? Maybe I just don't feel the same way about you anymore. And the reason why this is all happening is because, again, you became the master of your own emotions. So it seems like you've mastered your emotions. The way I saw this is because you love. The way I saw this card this time was because you love so hard. Libra. You love so hard. You know, and it just seems like with this King of Cups, you love this person so hard, but you came to your limit. You've reached their fullest potential, and maybe this person didn't ever fully commit. Maybe on paper they did. For some of you, if you guys are married to this person, maybe for some of you, this person did introduce you to friends and family, but they never truly committed to you. Maybe he put you on Facebook that he was in a relationship with you, but he was over here having sex and dating other people and blah, 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 blah. However it panned out for you. Point is that it's talking to you about how we need to be logical. That's the overall theme here for January 2026. And this is something that you're not able to just end. But the thing is that you don't feel the same way now. Now, this isn't just a thing where it's like you fear ending this. Now you don't feel the same way for this person anymore. And you're starting to realize that. But the thing is, in the past, I saw that there was a problem with commitment from this person. And maybe you came full circle and you love this person, but now you are ready to walk away in the position of what's known to be true. You are ready to walk away, Libra. And in fact, you might even make that decision later in the month of January. Maybe not in the beginning, maybe not in December. Maybe in December we acknowledge it. For a lot of us, we acknowledge it, we know, and maybe we feel like we should. But then when the holidays end and everything, maybe some of you guys are waiting until after the holidays to end the relationship. But then when the relationship ends, then when the year ends, here comes January. You're like, I don't know if I should I not? But then you remember you're an air sign. You are built to make tough choices. Regardless of emotion, regardless of how you feel. And eventually you will. Eventually you will. And maybe this will all start off with an argument, like I said. It will all begin with an argument, a fight, and then you end up confessing. You end up confessing. You know what? Maybe I just don't feel the same way. You know what? Maybe I just don't want to be with you anymore. Maybe I just want to start exploring. Or you know what? Maybe I just want to Take some time, extra time. Something that you have been avoiding. And this person is starting to see that. I feel like in January, they're going to, and maybe this conversation or this argument will come up because I feel like this person is going to start to see that. Maybe this person is going to start to see that, you know what, this isn't really going anywhere. You know what, Libra is not really doing their part. Maybe Libra isn't really fully telling me the truth here. And maybe that conversation comes up in that way, right? For some reason, I'm seeing that the environment or the other person, they're not seeing the progress that they want to see, a stable, new beginning. And then with the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, as your hopes, fears, and or advice, ground yourself. Ground yourselves, Libra. I feel like this is going to be the month where, I mean, you're supposed to do it anyway, every day. I was going to say all day, every day, but you're not a guru or anything, which even if you're not, you're supposed to meditate every day. Try to do it more than once, but if once is the only time you have, then that's fine. But with the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, is talking to me about how you're going to be in desperate and big time need for meditation. But then we have the Nine of Cups, and we end the reading with the Nine of Cups here. I'm going to pull an extra card because the Nine of Cups is a great card, but it doesn't give me a lot of context. Nine of Cups is really about having what you want in a situation. And what is it that you're going to receive that is going to be everything that you're looking for? No progress in this situation. No progress. No progress. I see that you're not going to see any progress in this situation. So you're going to continue focusing on yourself. Yeah. So I think what you will want is that you're going to halt any future progress with this person, because if you continue to stay, then who knows, down the line, you're going to end up married to this person you don't love, or you're going to end up pregnant, or, you know, having a family with somebody you don't love. That's kind of how I saw it. So for a lot of you who are just kind of just in a relationship with an orbiter, you know, I just learned that term back in October. If you're in a relationship with an orbiter, or someone that you just have around, and someone that you've already come to the realization that you don't love them, you don't see them as a long-term partner, you don't really see yourself with them, or they were just not really your thing you're into, not your cup of tea. Point is, there's going to be confessions, and you still putting yourself as your number one focus. But for some reason in the beginning, there's going to be this hesitancy to want to end it. But then as, you know, the month progresses, then we will finally make that decision. Right? And for a lot of you, I did see for the month of December, some of you guys might even meet someone already, somewhere around December, January. Okay? And maybe even then, we're still going to have a hard time making that decision. But then, you know, we bring it up in the middle of an argument, right? Because that was something we saw in December, or, you know, that's just something that we have as a distraction while we are still in the middle of trying to break up with our current partner, right? But yeah, that is what I have for you, Libra. Thank you so much for watching this live stream. Once again, if you guys are interested in a private tarot reading with me, go to my website, mermaidoracle.com. And I will see you guys for the February video later. Bye.